Let's be real, my channel caters to women and sometimes it can feel like we have this huge to-do list just to look good. And I used to think that looking put together meant weekly beauty treatments and spending a lot of time and effort on them, not to mention money. Don't get me wrong, I love a good everything shower and a long self-care routine, but sometimes a beauty routine can feel overwhelming and it stops being fun when looking good feels like another chore. It's just not giving that girl energy. But over the last couple of years, I've tested a bunch of tools and habits that make your life easier while still helping you look put together. And today I'm spilling all of the secrets about the 10 things that I think are worth it, and in the end I'm also gonna tell you some that I just don't think are worth it. Unpopular opinion, but you'll see. First of all, exercise. I hate to say it, but exercise is just so good for multiple different reasons. Obviously for your health, also for your mental well-being, but it also has this huge component or side effect of making you look better, making you feel more confident. Working out consistently does change your body and it makes you feel and look effortlessly good. Especially if you work, I find it really hard to get to the gym in the morning and then, get ready, shower, and still get to work on time, knowing that I have to commute. Like, I'm not saying that it's easy, but it's 100% worth it. And exercise for me is a mix of different things. What has worked really well for me is mixing weightlifting with running and also, sometimes just playing tennis for fun. I feel like this mix of weightlifting for your bones, for your muscles, and cardio is just the perfect mix. I'm not saying you should work out only for how your body looks. I think I would work out even if it wouldn't change my body because it's just such a good habit, but it does make you look and feel better. Secondly is taking more care of your nails than of your manicure. Hear me out. I used to bite my nails and have gel extensions at the same time. This was back in like high school. Now I have short nails. These are my natural nails. I usually do them myself. This is just normal nail polish. And I can tell you that having nails that are just like simple but put together is way better than having nail extensions that you don't really get to fill in time. Then you can like see the gap and maybe you're also biting your nails. Maybe like a nail falls off. Taking care of your nails like as they are is more important than always having nail extensions. I still get my nails done occasionally and I think that's fun, but I feel like you really need to also master the art of just taking care of your cuticles, like applying cuticle oil every single night before you go to sleep, applying hand cream during the day, especially if it's winter and you have really dry hands, trying not to bite your cuticles. Those are just the basics that I feel like you need to master before you get any type of nail extension, because even if you have like nice long manicured nails, if everything else around it doesn't look good, they just don't look good. Sorry, but this has to be said. As for nail polish, what I love, this is not the nail polish I have on right now. Right now I just have like a really basic one from Catrice, but as you can clearly see, these are super used. I love these Essie gel nail polishes because they last for like 2 weeks. You do your manicure at home very normally, it dries very normally, you don't need a lamp for it, but they're just so good. I do my nails properly with this and I also put a top coat on. They last for 2 weeks. Also, if you love this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I share even more of my favorite routines, my glow up tips, my mindset habits in my newsletter. Make sure to subscribe through the link down below. Third, it's not called beauty sleep for nothing. I hate to say this, but you are shooting yourself in the foot if you are sleeping 6 or less hours every single night. No amount of like beauty treatments, I don't know, exfoliating, getting facials, hyaluronic acid, Botox, whatever. Nothing is gonna help if you don't sleep enough. I can really notice like the past couple of days, I had an exam yesterday. Before that, I slept like 6-ish hours every night. I also felt very stressed throughout the day. Immediately, I got a bunch of pimples. It doesn't matter how much you do and how perfect your skincare is and how long your self-care routine is. If you don't sleep enough, it's all for nothing. I really recommend the book, Why We Sleep. I love that book. I read it cover to cover. It's amazing. If you don't want to read the whole thing, listen to the short version, to the audio guide on short form. In the book, the author Matthew Walker just really highlights what importance sleep has. And you would think, well, it's fine if you just sleep for 6 hours. No, it's not. Apparently, it's really bad for your health overall. And of course, that can also be seen on the skin. My personal advice is really go to sleep, prioritize sleep over like watching another episode of Netflix, prioritize sleep over scrolling. Next up, de-hairing procedures. Unpopular opinion, maybe, I hate waxing. It causes me pimples and ingrown hairs and it irritates the hell out of my skin. I don't like it. A lot of people love it. I also don't like epilating. That also irritates my skin. It has nothing to do with the wax. It just has something to do with the motion of like getting the hair out. But I found a way more efficient and long-term solution for getting rid of hair, and that is IPL. I actually started IPL in a salon. I did my armpits there and it worked very well. So I decided to also get myself an at-home IPL to be able to do like the follow-up sessions and also do more areas of my body. It's been working pretty well. I do have to say, you need to be very consistent with exfoliating, because once like the hair gets zipped off, lasered off, it can stay underneath the skin. So you need to really exfoliate to get those hairs out. But I love this. I have the Brown Skin Eye Expert. It has two different attachments, a bigger one and a smaller one. I love that it has an app and it reminds you when you need to do your sessions. The sessions literally take like 10 minutes. With the app, it's really easy to track everything. What I do recommend is reading the safety instructions. Always on these types of things, read the safety instructions. Lasers are not something to play around with. Protect your eyes. Don't go over the same spot like 10 times. But I feel like if you follow all the safety instructions, you should be safe. Also, don't go into the sun after you epilate. So I have to say that my experience was really good, both at home but also at the salon. In terms of what I can recommend more, honestly, I don't know. At home, obviously, you need to take care of everything. You need to be consistent with like planning your sessions and sitting down and doing everything. You pay once for the product and then you have it forever at home. With the salon, it's definitely more expensive. But then you just go there, you sit there, maybe depending on the salon, you know, you get a coffee. The lady that I go to is just like super nice. We always stay and have a chat. She gives me chocolate. It's just a different vibe. So I honestly just go for whatever you think you prefer. I'm gonna mention a lot of products in this video, which are my personal recommendations. I will try to find everything online and leave links down below for it. I'm not getting paid to advertise any of these products. These are honestly my personal recommendations that I've been using some of them for like years. And if you're interested, feel free to shop through my link. Do your brows. I've had a whole fight with someone. I cannot remember with whom about this. Back in high school, we were talking about this. Brows are also supposed to be cut. I don't know how people don't know this. I literally, after I had that fight with that person, I asked estheticians about this and they all said, yes, you need to cut your brows. So what I mean is, when you do your brows, you first color them. If that's something you want to do. I personally don't do it because my brows are pretty dark and I like the color on them. So after you color them, you pluck them, okay? You just take a little tweezer and you pluck like the arches here. And the way I get the shape of my brow is just like getting some random straight object, this lash serum for example. So first of all, you align it with your nose and you put it up to your eye, and this is where your eyebrow should end. And then I typically just pluck everything that is like below it, and then I just look at the highest part of my arch, which is here, and I pluck the hairs below that so that I do get a type of arch and my eyes are a bit more lifted. And then after you pluck the brows, you also need to cut them. So what I do is I always just like brush my eyebrows up, completely up, and then I take a little scissor and I cut everything that is in excess. Without this, the eyebrow hairs tend to be sometimes a bit too long, and when you're trying to like set them with brow gel, they don't want to stay there. Be careful with this, don't cut too much, but you definitely need to cut your brows every now and then. Next, a high quality uniform. If you want to look put together, you also need to take care of the outfit. And the thing is, sometimes you're gonna be in a rush and you're not gonna know what to wear. The solution for this is having a uniform. Ask yourself, what do you wear when you're in a rush? My personal uniform is having black pants. I love the Abercrombie straight leg, I don't know what pants. I feel like they go with everything. I go to work with them. I go to university with them. I've been to bars with them. Honestly, if I would have to go to a club in them, I think I would be fine. I always put those on with a nice belt. I accessorize, then a really simple top, like some sort of t-shirt or like a simple sweater if it's cold, and then a jacket. And even if I only have like 2-3 minutes to put this outfit together, I know it's gonna look elevated, elegant, also high quality because the pieces are of high quality, and I won't have to spend like half an hour worrying about what to wear. Having a uniform means having a go-to when you're in a rush, which is gonna make you look put together all of the time, even when you only have a couple minutes to get ready. I do recommend to keep this uniform really simple, but use high quality pieces, because high quality pants that fit you nicely with a nice t-shirt can look way better than having a really like fancy outfit, let's say a dress that doesn't fit you, is made out of a bad material, has like some weird shape or some weird pattern on it. Sometimes it's really just quality over quantity. Seventh, do your research about skincare to find the products that work best for you. What I recommend is having a more basic skincare routine. You don't need 10,000 products. You also don't need like the Lamar cream. You know, you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on a cream, but you do need good basics. First of all, you need a cleanser. This is the cleanser that I've been using for like 5 years. However, now after 5 years, I'm willing to like switch and try something else. So I got these two. I know that the Dr. Jart cream is really good. I'm curious about this cleanser. And also I've been getting a lot into Korean skincare. I love the ideal of more minimalistic beauty products, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I think this is gonna be really good. When I bought this, my friend made fun of me because she said that I love everything that has the most minimalistic packaging and then just has like a Times New Roman text on it. She might be right. Look how pretty this is. Next up, niacinamide. I love the one from Inky List. I, however, just ran out of it and I need to reorder it. I always put it on at night. I use it to treat like more problematic areas of my skin. However, it's also good if you're using retinol to put niacinamide under it, or at least that has worked really well for me. I'm gonna talk about retinol a bit more in a second, but when I first started using it, my skin got really red. It was itching, it was dry, it was really annoying. I thought I had like some allergy to the retinol. But when I started using niacinamide first and putting retinol on top of it and then moisturizing, all the problems disappeared. So I also love using niacinamide as a barrier between the retinol and my skin. This is the retinol that I use. Again, love Korean skincare and a really simple, minimalistic packaging. I do recommend starting really slow with this. I bought this a couple months ago and it's still pretty full. I have, however, seen a massive difference in my skin. It's definitely more firm, more like bright, clean. Yeah. If you start using retinol, you need to be careful to start slow, to not apply too much at once, to not apply it every single day. Start with like twice a week, then you can do it every second night. I now use it about every second night or even every third night. Also, be careful to use sunscreen during the day, especially if you live in really sunny areas, because otherwise you might also get irritated and it's not good for your skin. And by the way, this is 0.1% for me. I feel like that is enough, especially to start. This is the first tub of retinol that I use. Don't start with like 0.3, just start small. Next things are pimple patches or some sort of spot treatment. I love the succinic acid. I also love the skin patches from CosRX. Just apply this wherever you see pimples popping up. Don't squish them. Don't do that because you will have marks on your skin afterwards. Just use a little pimple patch or a little spot treatment. It's gonna do the trick. Then moisturizer. I'm still looking for a really good evening moisturizer. What I like is this Cicaplast B5 gel, but I mostly use this for the day. And then what I'm recently trying out is this Mixa Ceramide cream. This huge tub was like 10 euros. I feel like this is the best bang you get for your buck. I'm not sure if this is my favorite cream. I don't love it, however, I also don't dislike it. Like, I'm very neutral. It does the job. I haven't had any problems with it. I also cannot say that I absolutely love it. It's just like, it's just a cream. The last two things that are a must-have in my skincare routine is, first of all, a lash serum. I recently bought this one from Maybelline. I love their mascara. Maybe this is also a good serum. I don't know. I still have to try it out for a longer time. So far, honestly, so far it's been good. Next, sunscreen. I love the Nivea sunscreen for oily skin. I get this in Brazil. I don't know where else you can get it. Someone once accused me, like in the comments of one of my YouTube videos, that I buy Brazilian sunscreen in bulk, which honestly is not a bad idea. I don't see what's wrong with that. Why would that be wrong? I'm supporting the Brazilian economy. And then something I absolutely love is a tinted BB cream. I feel like these were all the rage back in like 2015, but I love that they're kind of making a comeback. I like this new one from NYX. It has SPF in it. It's light enough for my skin because sometimes I have problems with BB creams because they're all orange. Another thing is to style your hair every single time you wash it. It usually lasts you way longer than if you wash your hair and then you style it the day after. Getting that salon look blowout is really not that hard. Funny story, I used to have the Revlon rotating thingy until it started smoking, so I don't recommend that. I do, however, recommend getting a normal hairbrush and a hairdryer and then just doing it yourself. It's honestly not that hard. Just like watch a couple of tutorials, and you can also put your hair up in like rollers or in some sort of like overnight sock curls, and then you don't have to worry about your hair for like 3 or 4 days. Products that I recommend here is this hair oil. I put it on like almost every single day. Take care of the muscles on your face. This might sound weird, but I've noticed that I'm holding a lot of tightness in my facial muscles, and because of that I've also been to get like face massages, but I'm also doing gua sha at home. I'm also massaging my face myself at home. I can really recommend doing this, especially I've noticed like in my forehead above my eyebrows. I feel like sometimes I'm just like being like this the whole day, and it's not good. I don't want to get wrinkles at 25. Because of that, I'm massaging my face. I usually use a gua sha for this, and I do it like after I do my nightly skincare. I always start by like massaging my neck and my lymph nodes, also going down to like this area, then also gua shaing my face here, also here, also this part, and then I'll also massage like very specific muscles in my face, also depending on, you know, how my face feels that day. And lastly, go to bed looking like a slug. If you don't look like a slug when you're going to bed, what are you doing? You know that trend that was like the uglier you look going to bed, the prettier you wake up? I agree. I don't think it's necessary to have like mouth tape and like 10,000 layers of stuff, but the basics. There's no such thing as too much moisturizer, just like lather it on your face, also on your body. Then Vaseline for your lips, eyelash serum. Then drink a lot of water, have a water bottle next to you, next to your bed. And don't do your skincare the second before going to bed, because otherwise you're gonna get it all over your pillow and it's all gonna be for nothing. Do your skincare, give it a little bit of time, give it half an hour or an hour to really sink in, and then go to bed. Okay, now that we've covered the things that work, let's talk about the things that don't work. I've already kind of mentioned this. Brow tinting, I know it's a thing that a lot of people do. For me personally, it just doesn't work. I'm not necessarily a brow tinting hater, I just feel like it's not necessary for all people. Second, epilation, unnecessarily cruel. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Unnecessarily cruel. I have an epilator and I hate the thing. I hate it. Third, Brazilian keratin hair treatment. Funny but really long story. I got it by accident in Brazil. I didn't know what I was getting. It works, but it also damages the hell out of your hair. And if you don't keep doing it, then it's not gonna look good, because half of your hair is gonna be straight and the other half is not. Especially if you have curly or wavy hair. It does make your life so much easier, because it's just so amazing to like dry your hair and it's immediately straight and you don't have to do anything else to it. But I just don't think it's worth it. It's expensive, but I just don't think it's worth it because it damages your hair so much. Another thing that damages your hair is being blonde. No one believes me when I say this, which is crazy to me because I've been blonde for like 2 years. I was blonde and I hated it because honestly, I wasn't really blonde. I was orange. It was so hard to keep up the color. Before that, I had purple hair and that pigment stayed in my hair forever. If you want to really be blonde, just do it the right way. Go to a good hairdresser. Just for me, it's not worth it. It was too much effort. Another trend that I've actually like participated in that is a little bit embarrassing is training your hair. This was a trend years ago where people would like train their hair to just wash their hair like once a week. No, it's not gonna be for me. I don't need to wash my hair every single day. I wash it every 4th day. I wash it twice a week basically. Yeah, no. Training your hair, having oily hair all the time, no, not for me, thank you very much. And lastly, pore declogging facials. I used to get these like facial treatments where the esthetician in the end would just like declog your pores with her hands, you know, after steaming your face. Again, unnecessarily cruel. It has also been shown that all of the gunk just grows back, especially because when someone is squeezing their pores, you might actually break the walls of the pores, making the pore look bigger. So all of these pore declarifying treatments are not for me. I prefer to just use an acid like BHA or AHA. I feel like that just works better, but you know, some things are just not for everyone, and that's also fine. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye.